Hello all, it's me, Andy from Blitz Gaming. Hope you're all having a great day. And hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. Today we are playing Star Trek Online. It is Tuesday. And today's episode is The Factory. We're still chasing the Cardassians and the Dominion. And seeing what they're up to. We've got to go to this factory to see what they're building or causing trouble with. So we just walked in to see what's going on.
From Gulkar Deck to Gulpalat, I have run into some complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans. They have stolen the Orb of Possibilities. I assume they have returned it to the Bajorans by now. Fortunately, the anomaly remains stable. I was able to retreat to the mirror universe where I have taken shelter with my Terran allies. However, I believe they are waiting for my return. Therefore, I need you to meet with you.
Well, that's a bit out of order. I'm getting shot at while listening to the datapad. That's totally not on. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. And we're playing Star Trek. If you're new to playing Star Trek, we are playing a science character or class, and we also got a science ship. Now, you don't have to have a science character to go with a science ship. So you can mix, match. You can have an engineer or a tactical officer, but we got both on the science side. So we're just going up against these Cardies at this moment, and if there's more than one of them, we use this ability to grab them all, pull them all together, blast them all at one go. The job as a science officer, if you're in a group, is to control the enemy. So hold them all, daze them, turn their weapons off, things like that, while your fellow comrades do all the damage. So our abilities, I'm not going over our abilities for quite a while. Now I'm putting the majority of my stuff in science, because we're a science officer, and I want this ship, or this character, to grab the enemy using gravity well. So 4 or 5 ships or even more, put them all together, and then I can blast in a load of torpedoes, or if you're with your colleagues playing, they can all blast them together in one area. So having a science ship, you automatically get the ability to knock out the enemies, like weapons, turn their engines off, basically stun them, those sort of things, and you get them at the bottom. In the middle there, under your weapons, you've got like 4 different versions of lasers, and they all do something slightly different. As I said, like knock off weapons, knock off engines, knock off a subsystem. I can't remember exactly what they all are. They all do something similar to each other. And basically gives you an advantage because the science ship doesn't have a lot of firepower. It's basically there as I said, stun the enemy, disable the enemy, and then slowly, where it's been stunned, he knocks his weapons off, he can slowly destroy it over time. Now I just got my away team and we're beaming over to the space station or the factory. So we're just fighting a Jemadar and putting in some explosives on these highlighted areas to blow up this station.
Greetings. I am very glad to meet you. I am Naaman, a Vorta scientist, and servant of the Founders and the Dominion, of course. Oh my, yes. I have a proposition to which I hope you shall be amenable. I serve a founder named Los. He is one of 100 founders sent here to the Alpha Quadrant. His actions have placed me in a bit of a moral conundrum that I hope you can help me unravel. Los was the first of these Alpha Quadrant founders to emerge. He located and gathered the others into a new Great Link. However, he has not seen fit to tell these founders that the war with the Dominion is over, and that the Great Link is alive and well in the Gamma Quadrant. Instead, he has convinced them that you solids exterminated the Great Link, and are attempting to exterminate these founders as well. Several reasons. First, even if I do not agree with him, he is a god. Second, he is my only link to the other founders here. Finally, his Jem'Hadar are fanatically loyal and watch me constantly. Although you seem to have mitigated that issue. Betrayal is such an ugly word. I prefer to think of our arrangement as a creative solution to a difficult problem. But semantics aside, I do not feel so much that I am betraying Los as liberating the other 98 founders and serving the Dominion and the founders. I do not believe they would want these Alpha Quadrant founders to be ignorant of the truth. I also fear that if Los continues his plans, it could result in the death of founders. The morphogenic virus still lives in the memory of the Dominion. My job is to supervise the Ketracel White production. While the Jem'Hadar are mighty warriors, they are not the greatest scientists, nor do we wish them to have the secret of Ketracel White production. Los keeps me away from the new link. They have been raised on his deceits, and so will be utterly convinced that you are attempting to exterminate them. I believe we can help each other. You can free me and take me to the new link, where I can explain to the founders the truth, that the Dominion still exists, and that you are not hunting them to extinction. Oh, I do not like the word catch. It sounds so mercenary. But yes, my price is Los's life. After I reveal the truth to the new link, you must allow them to mete out their justice. I cannot jeopardize the life of a founder under any circumstances. I'll be glad to get out of here. These Alpha Jem'Hadar don't understand the proper respect owed to a Vorta.
So now I've just got to get out of here, work our way out, fight the Cardis, or the Dominion on the way out, then we're done. And by the way, I hope you're all doing this event to get the new Starship, the T6 Starship for Christmas.
Intruders! I'll put up a force field. You dump the data.
We've got to stop the first before he deletes all the data.
Damn. Got grenaded. Should have moved. And if you're new to the game, you can ask one of your teammates, if they're not all died, to res you up.
Excellent. I shall retrieve the coordinates.
Yeah, your job as the science officer or medic is to heal your players, your other team players if you're in a team. Now obviously I've got computer players with me, so they heal me and I heal them. So if I was the tactical officer, it'd be the damage dealer doing throwing grenades, putting mines down. Engineer will be putting up gun turrets, defences, all sorts of stuff to help you survive.
I have the data. It will take some time to decrypt, but I recommend we depart as quickly as possible.
When you're using your ship, all classes can heal. So it's not just the science man, they don't have to rely on you for healing their spaceships. You can if you want, but everyone usually heals themselves. When I get to level 40, we won't keep with this ship. We will change it over to the new event ship, even though it's not a science ship, it's not fully a science ship, but I think it's an all-round ship, and we will use that instead of the ship we got now.
Of course, they always seem a bit angry, don't you think?
Just wondering if you want to know what faction you can be besides the Federation. 24th century, 23rd century, Discovery. I'm not sure if you can do Picard. Probably becoming, I suppose, soon. Picard stuff. You can be the Klingons, and you can be the Romulan Empire, and also the Dominion. You can be now, but the Dominion doesn't have its own timeline as such. Basically, it doesn't have scenarios for the Dominion. You can be a Dominion player, but you just do the storylines of the rest of the game.
I have completed the decryption of the data we recovered. The new link appears to lie in the Aorus system. I have transferred the coordinates to your helm. I want to thank you for your service to the Dominion. I also want to remind you of our agreement, namely that Loss, or any other founder for that matter, is not to be killed by you.
Another episode done. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and always don't forget to subscribe. Now, if I don't post another episode before Christmas, I hope you all have a great Christmas, Boxing Day, and a great New Year. Or you should definitely get one by the New Year. Okay, that's me done. I'll see you later. Have fun.